morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2019. And these are your morning announcements. So I'm riding into work right now. And it's a cold morning. Oof. It feels cold anyways. Car says it's 39 degrees, but it feels colder than that to me. But it's going to be in the 50s later on this week. So hopefully this is one of the last of our little cold snaps before summer, because I am ready. I am so ready. I'm so done with the snow. Anyway, this morning I was watching videos. When I get up in the morning, I make a cup of coffee, I sit down, I drink it, I vape. I kind of just start off my day slow. I get up early just so I can like ease into my day. I don't like to rush into my day. I'm one of those people that you don't want to talk to before she has coffee in her body. Kind of scary. So I like to get up before everybody else does and just watch videos and what have you. And this morning, I just happened upon a video. It was, you know how when you watch a video and then at the end of the video, other videos pop up? Well, I'd just seen this thing pop up, and I don't remember the exact title, but it was like the Ghost Cities of China or something like that. And I love conspiracy theories. I love them. I love them both just to get, to learn about them, and I love to debunk them, but I love them. So I clicked on this link, and I started watching it, and the concept that the creator of this video was proposing was something I had never thought about before. Now, I've known about the Ghost Cities of China for years. I mean, I knew that China was building giant cities, not just little cities. They have 100 million units. And I think it's across a few different ghost cities where people could live. Now, that 100 million units, even if one person lived in each of those units, that is 10 times the population of New York City. That's a lot of people, all right? So if you're thinking, 2 or 3 or 4 people per unit, I mean, you can imagine the numbers that you're going to be getting here. It's a giant population of people. And I always just assumed that China did that to accommodate the upcoming population, because China's got a lot of people. And even with their one-child rule, which I think has been lifted now, I think they can have 2 kids now. When you take the population of China and you multiply that over the upcoming new generations of children being born, I mean, it's a population explosion. They're gonna need lots and lots of space for these people, right? So I figured they were just getting a jump on it while they had the money, because China has found itself to be pretty wealthy now, and so that's what I always thought about it. But what this guy was proposing was that those housing units aren't for them, they're for us. And he said, now there's a whole bunch of different scenarios that could cause us to have to go to China or be taken to China. But he said that he had talked to a top-ranking retired official, who knows whatever that means, and he is the one who told him that these units weren't for China, but they were actually for the United States of America. And he said that a upcoming cataclysmic event of some sort is going to render the United States pretty much broken, okay? And he said that although the guy wasn't specific about the type of cataclysm, I mean, I don't think the guy, the top-ranking official, actually knew what they were referring to when they called it a cataclysmic event. He said, but it could be a man-made thing, it could be a natural thing, it could be something from outer space. You know, there's lots of different things that could cause the United States to be uninhabitable. But including war, you know, like if we had to fight China right now, I don't think we would win. We might have more technology than they have, but they have the sheer numbers. They have big numbers when it comes to their military, and even with the best technology, when you have waves and waves and waves of people with guns and what have you coming at you, even if you've got the stronger technology, if they have the numbers, they're gonna overpower you. So what this guy was thinking is that these housing units are actually to house us. Once this conflict is over, they're going to just take people back to China and enslave them. And that these housing units, these ghettos, were designed to house Americans who are going to be taken there. Possibility? Maybe. I still think it's more likely that those housing units are for future generations of Chinese, but I mean, there's always that threat, isn't there? Especially now with what's going on in Venezuela. I mean, the thing in Venezuela has me very concerned because, you know, Trump has told Russia, you know, get out of Venezuela, and Putin is kind of like, yeah, no, we're not going anywhere. And China and Russia are kind of in bed together. And if we had to fight the Chinese and the Russians somewhere, whether it be in Venezuela or on our soil, I don't think we would win. I don't think that we have the numbers to deal with Russian technology and Chinese numbers. You know what I mean? So I hope that doesn't happen. But that does have me concerned. Okay, Venezuela does have me concerned. I mean, the U.S. interests in Venezuela are oil-based. You know, there is fantastic oil deposits in Venezuela. When Hugo Chavez, is that right? Was president of Venezuela, he made that country pretty rich off of oil. I think it was kind of mismanaged in the end, and a lot of that money ended up just going to elites, but it really did bolster their economy for a while there. And now that they're they're in civil war, you know, millions of Venezuelans are like either hunkered down or trying to get out of the country because the country's getting wrecked by civil war. I think America and Russia and China are all looking at the oil there and going, we want to control that. And Russia and China have gotten into bed together over oil before, so I could see that happening again. And I'm not sure that that's a conflict that we want to be a part of. And all the NATO nations are going, we don't want to do any, not our fight, not our monkey. We're not going to do it. We don't want to have anything to do with this Venezuelan civil war. So if our allies aren't backing us, it's definitely not something that we want to get involved in. But let's say we did. Let's say somebody makes a bad decision somewhere and a conflict breaks out. I'm pretty darn sure that we'd get nuked. And that would definitely render the United States uninhabitable. And the people who survive that might be taken to China. So, is it a possibility? I think it's a long shot possibility. I don't think it's... Do I think it's very likely? No, I don't. But I thought it was an interesting concept, you know? What are these ghost cities for? I don't know. What do you guys think they're for? I did see a video. There was like this South African guy who went to visit one of the cities, and he was showing how they're crumbling. You know, they're really made with poor construction. You know, they're definitely not made to last forever. They were just, literally, the facades of these buildings were crumbling and falling down while they were standing there filming it. So they're made with shoddy materials. They were put up really fast. When you first look at them, you think, oh, this looks nice, until you take a closer look and you see all the cracks and everything that's falling apart. And it makes me think that they were designed to make people believe that they were supposed to be something high-end and elite. But in actuality, they're just junk. So if there's any case for that construction actually being done to house American slaves, I think that that would be a good one, because, you know, China comes in and rescues the survivors, takes them back to China, and puts them to work. Here, you can have an apartment that looks really nice, and we'll give you food and clothing and a job. You're not going to make any money at your job, but you're going to get clothes, and you're going to get a house, and we'll take care of you. You know, basically making the slaves want to be slaves, because it's better than the alternative. That's what I was thinking about today. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter. What do you guys think? All those ghost cities are for? Write me a comment below. And I think I'm going to end this video because I'm getting on the freeway. So y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I love you guys. Mwah! Bye-bye.